And welcome to Space Chicken on Alright Answers Gaming. A little crossover fun for you guys. This is the gaming podcast with the mostest oddcast. Is that a thing? Shut up, we're
Huh?
going. Anyway, I'm joined today by Wilson. Say hi, Wilson.
Hello.
Alright, and we're talking Fortnite. So Fortnite is a new game by the guys over at Epic. It's super fun. So Wilson has played none.
0.
And I have played tons. And I am super into this game. So, I am going to explain the game to you, Wilson, and ask as many questions as you would like. So, first of all, Fortnite feels like a game where the guys over at Epic decided, hey, let's make a game that's all of the games. Right? They're like, we're going to make it all of the games. So, do you like tower defense games?
Uh-huh.
Okay, we'll make it a tower defense game. Do you like Orcs Must Die?
Yes.
All right, throw a little Orcs Must Die in there. Did you like kind of like the Left 4 Dead feel of PvE?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
That's a lot of
we'll
fun.
throw that in there. Do you like games where you build like stuff, like houses and stuff, like Minecraft or Ark or whatever? No, don't give a shit. It's that game too. Okay.
Holy shit.
Do you like open world games where you like go out and explore? But do you think the open worlds are a little too open?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna scale it down. It's gonna be that game too. Do you like RPG elements?
Yes.
Okay. So we could throw in RPG elements, but let's throw it in two different ways. Let's have a regular skill tree, and then let's have like a research tree. Which reminds me, when we get off, I have to log on and collect my research from my research tree. But then also let's have like these weird passive things where do you like collecting things?
Of course. Who doesn't?
Yeah. Do you like looter shooters?
Yeah.
Do you like crafting gun? Dude, everything. Everything.
Holy crap.
The game is honestly in some parts a little overwhelming, and it kind of hurts it at the beginning, because in the beginning in the tutorial level, we'll call it the first 3 hours of the game, are too easy. Like they're super easy. So essentially, you go out in a 4-person team. They drop you in an area. You have missions that you have to do in the area. Doing the missions will unlock, leveling stuff or whatever. But the main mission is that there's going to be a thing you must get to. And then around that thing, you must build a defense, like a fort, hence the FortNite part. And then, once the defense is built, you can then trigger the waves of enemies to come at you. And the enemies are zombies. They're zombies. And the violence is cartoony, not gory. It's not a dark game. But essentially, a big purple storm came around the world and made everyone zombies. And then you're one of the survivors. And then most of the missions, you're going out there and you're collecting survivors, materials, weapons. And it's in this quasi-open map. So like every map you hit, it's big and it's expansive. It has a limit. It's not infinite. But when you go in, like you're rummaging through boxes for supplies. So you have your wood, your brick, your metal to build the fort, but then you have other things like sinew and nuts and bolts and stuff that you also collect in order to craft your weapons, to craft ammo, to craft traps, which are super important.
It sounds like you're getting actual items, like steel to build some steel wall or something. Right?
But
so
go ahead.
Two things. And that beginning piece, is that like solo or multiplayer?
So your first 2 levels are solo, if I remember correctly, and then the rest are multiplayer, like really fast. And I don't know if the first 2 are just the first level. You're by yourself.
All right. And the second thing is, you say it's semi-open world. Am I choosing where I'm gonna go play this tower defense?
Yes. So when the game starts, like when you first start, you're doing the regular missions, and then you just have to you just click play and it'll drop you. But what you end up with is a map of the area, and then the missions will pop up on the area. So, something akin to Payday 2. If you ever played Payday 2, you're like, I want to go run the jewel bank, and you can run the jewel bank over and over and over again in different ways. and it'll do that. So I want to go defend the balloon, right? So there's like a weather balloon getting weather data for the storms or whatever. So you can play that one on this area over and over again, each time a little different. And then depending on the difficulty level you pick, different things will generate on the map. So early on, it'll just be exploring and then doing the balloon, and then later on there'll be encampments, and then later on there'll be data to collect, and then later on there'll be specific items you can do, survivors to rescue, etc., etc. So there ends up being more. So it's kind of like when the game starts, you can just find a point and start everything, but no one does that. It's like you start the map and everyone immediately straight up is exploring and scrounging for stuff. So there's this teamwork, not teamwork happening, where it's like,
is it shared resources, or everybody?
No. Everyone has their own resources, but as you expand and gather resources, you're getting medals. So like you can be like, there's utility, building, and combat that you get medals for, depending on how well you do. Now, concerning the building, one of the things that I love about this is I've played a lot of building games and I just can't stay with it, dude. Like I can't stay, because something's always gonna fuck up your day, man. Because you build this whole thing and then some fucking asshole comes over and blows up all your walls and is a total dick and loots your body and whatever. Like those roguelites, it's not persistent. You have one persistent base. Like you have a base that is persistent. But all of the missions you run in between going back to your main base are not persistent. So you go in, and every time you go in, you get to carry over all your resources. So if you gather a bunch of resources on one level and you go to the next level, you still have all those resources with you. So you're good. So if you have 999 wood at the end of this level, when you start the next level, you already have all your wood. You don't have to actually gather any more wood, so you're kind of ahead of the game. But when you show up, you and the 3 other people you're playing with, when you get to the objective, will build your fort. And you'll build it right there and then. And then when the level's over, yes, you've expended those resources, but the resource grind isn't something that's tremendous. It's actually pretty fast. But you don't have to, like, get so invested in it. Like as long as the gathering of materials, which some of them are rare, but most of the ones you need aren't that difficult to come by. It kind of keeps you coming back, because all the missions feel long, but they're also super short, like comparatively speaking, right? So you can do one map, like, you know, you can spend like 30, 45 minutes on some maps. You can spend like 10, 15 on other maps. Again, it just depends on the group you're with. Like, do you want 100% explore everything, or you guys, like, do you have a mission for encampments? Are you looking for technologies, or are you just building a fort and fucking people up? Did everyone come with materials? We all came with materials. Let's just go build this fort.
Gotcha.
If you want to, but there's incentive to exploring and doing other things, because at the end of each level they give you loot, and loot is either a schematic so that you can build a gun forever, or the gun itself. And it has this other interesting looting dynamic for collectors. So, you know, it's also part looter shooter, right? So for those of you who don't know what a looter shooter is, it's where you go around and you find guns, or you unlock guns by killing things. And getting different guns is awesome. And you're like, here's a green gun, here's a blue gun, purple gun, and you're like, I got a new gun. Well, you can recycle all the old guns, right, for scraps or whatever. But the game actually has a collection book. And in the collection books, you can take everything that you've gathered up and actually collect it in a book, so that all the stuff that you have in excess, you can get stuff for. And as you build your collection book, you unlock rewards. So it has that thing. So you're even just collecting stuff. You're like, I got this gray gun. What do? Oh, I'm going to put my gray gun in my book. And the other thing too is it's a counter incentive thing where, your gun will break, right? So there's durability to the weapons. So you could collect it, or you could use it till it breaks, and then you won't have it anymore if you don't have the schematic to rebuild it. So even then,
so when you collect it, you get the schematic so you can build it again?
No. You get a schematic, or you can get the gun. So those are two separate things. You can have the gun without the schematic.
Okay.
So you can just straight up find a gun or unlock a gun, or you can unlock a schematic, which will always make that gun available to you. And then there's classes. There's your soldier class. There's your constructor class, which is better at building. There's your outlander class, which has a pretty cool, unique things where you can collect shards on the map and unlock like your class specific power. And then there's a ninja class. Who throws ninja stars? Who doesn't want to throw ninja stars? It's fucking amazing. But the game is full on grind. Like, it's one of those games like you can just play it exclusively because you have to unlock. You can level up the character, then you can evolve the character, and then level them up again. And I think you can do up to 3 times or 5 times. I forget whether it's 3-star or 5-star evolutions. I forget. You can do the same thing with the weapons, right? You can do the same thing to the survivors. You can do the same thing to squad members. And here's the thing.
What do the survivors give you?
So the survivors you put on teams, right? And then those teams give you passive buffs.
Ah.
All of the time. So that's the other part of like the RPG element to it, right? So you have the straight up put skill point here, get +3 defense. Easy peasy, right? Or you have the research tree which gathers up over time, in which case put research points here, get, benefit, right? But then you have the survivors where as you level up, you can unlock more teams. And if there's an EMT team, and if you put a doctor as the leader of the EMT team, you get more health. And then if you match up people on his team that have a similar personality type to him, you get a passive bonus to whatever stat it is that they're linked to. And it just gets so deep that this underlying squad survivor system, which is like, and then you can collect them too. You can collect survivors and squad members. And then you can level them up. And you can evolve them, so it's like grind and grind and grind and grind, and there's always like something to do, something to collect, and it's like, do I put this guy in the collection book? You can recycle people too, and all the heroes you can unlock them in rarer forms too, so you can have a gray hero, but it's the same character model.
Yeah.
So you can
when you collect them, you can't use them.
No, once you collect them, you cannot use them, but you can get them again.
Okay.
Right. So
that makes sense.
Through looting, through unlocking chests, through hitting. They have llama pinatas, which is pretty cool. Like your daily bonus, you can get llama pinatas. Another reason I have to log on is to get my daily for today, because I haven't fucking played today. I'm so glad that we did this tonight, because I would have forgot and I would have been back at day 1, because it has that login thing too. Like it's not a free-to-play game.
It tries to get you to play every day.
Yeah, it's not a free-to-play game. There are different levels, so you can buy the $40 version, and you can buy up to a $130 version. But the $130 version comes with another copy of the game for you to gift to a friend. So theoretically speaking, you're at $80 for 2 copies of the game, and then another $50 in like bonus content. But all the bonus content is like unlockables and stuff, so it's like I'm a big believer. Don't deny yourself the grind. Like, don't pay extra to not grind, because that's part. If you go over to the Talking Chicken Network, we did an episode on the psychology of gaming and grinding, and how that helps trigger you. So why deny yourself that? Like, he's some guns. So
it sounds like they have a bunch of layers. So like you said, you're talking about loot grinding kind of thing. You're talking about open world, just a bunch of different games smashed into one. But it sounds like they make it work.
It works. It works in a really weird way. And the thing is the game. The other thing the game does is it's like, what play style do you want to use, right? Do you want to just grab a hammer and just hammer people's faces in? You can do that if you want to. You want to be shotgun guy? You can do that. You want to be sniper guy? You can do that. You want to be machine gun guy? Pff, got you covered, bro. You want to do that? I went into a map the other day, and again, at the beginning, the difficulty curve is like baby steps. They baby step you all the way, but then all of a sudden, it's a game. Like all of a sudden, it's like it's a game. So
it's like you're in.
Like when you first start, all the zombies are gonna come from one direction. So basically, everyone, when you start, you build your fort, and then you don't do anything in your fort. You just walk over to where they're gonna spawn, and you spawn camp the zombies. And then you're like, this game kind of blows, right? But I tell you that because you got to get past that, because once you get to it getting more difficult, and they start throwing the waves at you in very horde-like amounts of these zombies from different directions simultaneously, or from changing directions as the game progresses, so you can't just stop and camp. You have to keep moving. So again, the difficulty curve ramps up even for the main battle. Forget about all the exploration stuff, where things get harder over time. This one guy literally built a ramp into a hallway of hell. And there was a corner of the base we did not have to defend.
Wow.
Because the zombies just walked in. There were spiked floors. There were arrows shooting out the walls. There was electricity shooting from the ceiling. He made like just a tunnel for them to walk through, and no one made it out. It was a long tunnel. It was like blah, like that. And I'm like, dude, you just literally played tower defense over there. And then we built up like an Alamo fence on the other corner. So we built up the thing, and then we went like that and built a little L wall. And then on the L wall, we built the traps on the walls, and then we had them like seized in. So you have this strategy, this planning, preparation, and then this need to share the resources, right? You're encouraged to build because you can get builder badges, but also you're encouraged to be creative with your builds because you want to win, right? Like you want to win, so you're gonna get as creative as possible, and the game allows you, like they'll set time limits for bonuses, but the main horde won't start coming until you trigger it. So you have, in theory, as much time as you need to build whatever you want. And again, they'll put build limits for bonuses, so that you can get like a bonus points or whatever. But you can build these fucking majestic buildings, because also like you can build a wall, you can edit it, and you can build a door in it. You can edit it. You can build an arch. You can edit it. You can build a waist-high wall. You can make the stairs that way. You can do the floor that way. Ceilings are just floors, but they also have you can make like actual ceilings, like little triangular ceilings on top, and you can actually make something
very
beautiful.
Robust.
Yeah, you can, but it's super simple though. It's robust, but it's simple. Wall, floor, floors or ceilings, stairs, and then little roof caps. Oh, and traps, right? And it's super simple. You hit Q, you're in building mode. Take off Q, you're back in combat mode. Scroll wheel scrolls through your weapons, through your equipped weapons, and then it scrolls through your options for building. And then when you're in build mode, right click changes the material that you're using to build.
Now this is PC, right?
Yes, I don't know if it's going to be available on console, but right now I'm playing it on PC.
So how are you communicating? Are you doing voice chat or just straight?
I don't know if there's a built-in voice chat, but we type.
Okay.
You know,
so it really
usually
forces you to talk
here,
to that other person.
or whatever. Oh, and that's the other thing too. Like you get awards. So I'm having another moment where I didn't realize how much I liked or hated something, but the more I talk about it, like I mean, fucking. So, there's little things that happen. So like let's say for example, there's an encampment, right? And an encampment is just like sleeping zombie things, and then you shoot them, you wake them up, and then all of a sudden more zombies start spawning. When you beat that, you get a prize and a reward, and the reward could be a gun or materials. More often than not, you get the material, but it'll drop for everybody. So if I clear an encampment solo, everyone on my team will get an award. They have to come to where the award drops to the encampment to pick up the award, but it's like little presents for everybody. And again, it's like that disjointed teamwork that's happening, right? So you explore one-on-one on the more tougher levels. You're kind of exploring like maybe groups of two, or maybe you're avoiding certain encounters if you don't have the weapons and stuff. And you come back to it. And like I said, it gives you that survivor element, and everything is just super simplified. Like you don't have to collect a million berries in order to make berry juice, in order to mix with horse cum, so that you can make glue, so that you can combine it. No, you don't have to do that. Wall, done. I just chopped up wood things. Trees, barn doors, doesn't matter. Wood is wood. You know, I chopped up a car, now I have metal and nuts and bolts. Like it's super simple, and again, there are rarer materials. There are stuff that's harder to get. It's not just all super good. But man, am I blowing Fortnite right now.
You are.
Jesus. I want to play right now.
Not what is it called? Not sponsored by Fortnite?
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
But guys.
It sounds badass. Like
guys.
If I didn't have to go on a business trip, I would totally go in.
I know, I have a business trip going up too, so I'm gonna play hardcore for the next 2 weeks. And then I'm actually recording this to play while I'm gone, while we're away for work. But man, what a fucking fun game! It's fun, and part of the reason one of the main reasons I made this video is so that anyone who gets into the game and goes, man, this game is super easy, just rock with it. All right, just get through these first few hours so they can explain to you all of the hundreds of little things that the game does to get you comfortable. Because then all of a sudden, you can literally just jump into a level 20 zone, and you're only level 11. That's the other thing too. It doesn't stop you. Like, if you're like,
you just jump in right away.
Level 20 zone with my level 11 character. They go, you're underpowered, and you go, yeah, but I'm going in.
That's super cool.
And then
it sounds like a blast.
It's so much fun. Right now it's the end of summer. They snuck it in right there in summer before the Christmas rush, and this is the most fun I've had gaming this year.
Ooh,
so through this time, FortNite is the most fun that I've had. Now again, it's not like the Surge or the more competitive. Not that the Surge is a competitive PvP game, but I'm saying the Surge, or competitive PvP games where there's a frustration level like attached to it. Like there's a genuine sense of teamwork, and again, the type of enemies you face also evolve. As the game goes on. It's just a lot of fun. I don't know, I don't know what endgame is like, you know, but I also don't know if endgame is attainable. Like, that's so much grind. Like that's so, like, you literally unlock skill trees. I know I'm gonna keep talking about it, but you literally unlock skill trees in order to unlock other skill trees. Like, there's 5 skill trees.
Holy crap! And it's early. It just came out, right? Like a week ago.
It's theoretically still in early access, which is weird because I thought it was officially launched the last week of July, but when I log on, it still says early access.
Gotcha.
But
I might pick this up when I come back late August.
You should.
I think we'll make a couple videos.
Highly recommend. Highly recommend. No Red Answers Gaming, seal of approval for FortNite. So those of you who don't know, that chicken in the corner is Drunk. He's the Talking Chicken Network mascot. On our other channel, TCN, the Talking Chicken Network, we do mostly long-form talking stuff. We used to do it at this channel just with Space Chicken. We moved it over there, so we did like a little crossover where we semi-reviewed and recommended a game. We don't do game reviews over there. We talk about technology. We talk about games in a general sense. We talk about movies. Eventually, we'll do political stuff so that I can alienate people and then be mad at us. So, if you want more long-form stuff, that's where we've moved it to. That's where it's hiding. We are going to we still do talking videos here, but it's not the same type of thing, TCM. And I think this actually ran longer than I intended it to. But whatever. So thanks for watching No Ranches Gaming. Remember, love us over on Talking Chicken Network. Play FortNite. I cannot. So fun. He's gonna get it. That guy's gonna get it.
I'm gonna get it.
This guy already has it. Mike, you're gonna get it too.
If you're watching,
you're gonna get it too. I'm gonna get Destiny. You get this game. We'll have
Destiny 2.
All right. Space Chicken on No Red Answers Gaming out.
Launch in 3, 2, 1, lift off! Bonus challenge success. Good job, team. That's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Quick, someone airbrush that on Velvet. Godspeed, Lars. May the King of Olympus guide your journey.
He always does.